outfit because, well, you're not going to know that it's the same outfit because this is going to be several weeks apart if I know myself, and I do. But I am starting Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. And I wanted to officially kick it off. I'm only a couple pages in, maybe like 1 or 2, which is why that's not there anymore. But I'm excited to read this one. I'm dedicating this vlog to this beautiful book that I put in upside down. That's like a theme for me. And yeah, this is just me saying, let the reading begin. want a shot of me. Never. They're gonna see me enough. You're good. I would like.
Okay, I can afford that.
I cannot.
Literally, I would have toys at my house twice a week. I'm dead ass.
Look at that color.
That's like my favorite color.
Okay, I have an update for you. I have several updates. Yes, I am in a Snuggie adjacent thing. I'm out of breath. This update requires Snuggies, I think. But here is what's going on. So I haven't gotten too much more reading, much more reading done because the other day I actually got let go from my job. And it wasn't like performance or anything like that. I'm good there, but I was let go, and I, as one is when they don't have a job anymore, and I was in my feelings, am in my feelings. It literally just happened like the day before yesterday, but I haven't got any more reading done, which is fine. But I did want to update you on what is done so far so that I could build some momentum and be excited to continue on. Actually, I'm really enjoying Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. I want to start by saying that it is such a good time. I've never read VESchwab. I know I've said that already, but there is something about this book that feels kind of just very inviting, which I love. And I don't know, I'm just excited to be reading it. And I do have a favorite character, but I maybe I just need to give the others more time to warm up to me. Nope. Maybe I need to give myself more time to warm up to the others. We need more time together. My favorite character is Maria because I think she's crazy a little bit. I don't know how crazy yet, but so far it's giving, I don't know. I think she's a little crazy. I like her. I like that she had the understanding of, okay, I'm going into this marriage, but just like, I think his name is Andres, just like Andres is using this relationship to get what he wants, which seems to be an error considering the only time, like the only thing he says to her after they have sex is, let it be a boy. And so that's my thought there. But I don't know, there's something about her that I'm finding really interesting. She has this maid now that she's married to Andres called Isabel, and Isabel is like cute, presumably. She sounds cute how Maria describes her, and Maria is obviously much more interested in Isabel than her husband, and that's fine, that makes sense. Also, he's kind of a douchebag. I think it's kind of crazy that, like, he didn't seem, I had no expectations really, because it's not as though I was set up to love him or anything like that. When Maria chose to let him be the one, essentially, to, like, take her away, she chose because he was obviously wealthy and she wanted a different life than the small one that she'd grown up in. And so she was kind of just waiting around, practicing, like, flirting with other people, but yeah, just holding out for the right guy, which in her case was the wealthy guy who could give her a bigger life than she had. And so essentially they're both kind of using each other, which I think makes it more ethical or makes it more okay in my eyes. I don't care. I'm reading a book, obviously, and my main concern is, number one, am I enjoying it? And number two, am I a little surprised? And if I'm not a little surprised, like, are they handling the very, very obvious information well? Like, is it well written? Like, that kind of thing. And I'm finding that this is really well written and I'm really just enjoying it. And maybe it's in stark contrast to a book I'm reading for another video that I'm filming that I'm really just not enjoying at all. I think the reason I'm not enjoying it is because it's so obviously like contemporary, but that is a chat for another video. I am enjoying Lottie as well. I don't like Alice so far. I want to like her, but I don't like her. I think she's boring, and so far she doesn't seem to have anything that like makes her an individual outside of just being this sad girl who like she's different from other girls because she just wants to be on her own and wants to chill and doesn't know how to party and all of those things. And maybe I'm annoyed by her because I relate to her. But I think that, you know, compared to Maria and Lottie, who already have life built into them, and because of the kind of perspective or the way that their perspective is being shared when it's their turn, I think Alice needs that. Alice needs some more like identifying thought processes that you're like, oh, well, that's Alice. Like I wanna feel that for her. And right now, the person I understand the most is Maria, which is probably why I like Maria the most. It's the perspective I'm enjoying reading from the most, or reading about the most. Lottie is middle of the road for me. So not tons and tons of identifying information outside of knowing that she, like, her sections are undated. And so all the sections are dated. Her section is undated, and so either it's like mysterious or it's she's really old. And I think that because we know it's a sapphic vampire novel romance thing, it feels obvious to me that she's just old. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say. Yeah, I want to see more from Alice. I want to understand her perspective a bit more and understand why she makes the choices that she does a bit more. I want to understand why I should feel connected to her. Maybe that's what I want to understand. And so I'm only 50 pages in. I'm sure that given a little bit more time, I will feel that way. I am looking forward to continuing on with this. There is no way that I'm gonna finish this over 500 page book today and post it because it's a Friday. Yep, I'm not gonna finish this and be able to post it by Sunday/Monday because it's been turned into Monday. So I'm just gonna do my best, but I may try, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I feel like video ideas are, I don't know. Here's the thing. I started this channel to remember the books that I was reading so that, you know, talk about them and then I remember them because I'm talking about them kind of thing. And because I love books and I've always loved books. And that's why I started this thing. But I also started it as kind of something to just propel me forward because I had been having a hard time reading and like sustaining my normal reading habit, and that's annoying. And I know that for people who identify as avid readers, it can be really weird and kind of frustrating when you have like a little reading slump or whatever it is. And that's been my life for basically this last year. And so I really need to keep this going, like, for myself. And it is a bit discouraging when life happens and I'm not able to read as much as I had thought I would read, and then I have to rethink and restructure, you know, what my plans were. And then it's like, I don't know, it's just a lot. It's just, I'm looking at my Tiffany lamp because I thought it was broken, but it's not. It's not broken. Anywho, so that's kind of where I'm at. I'm gonna do some reading, and I may also just brainstorm on something else I might want to film so that I have a little bit more cushion to finish Bury Our Bones without rushing, because one thing I'm not going to do is rush reading and then, you know, potentially disturb my enjoyment for the sake of a little piece of content. I'm not doing that. So we'll see. Book prompt associated with like the tarot cards that the peoples are pulling and things, and and I joined the Cups team, and yeah. Anyway, I feel like I tried to choose some books. Like one of the prompts was to read a book that, you know, you unapologetically enjoy. Like you enjoy this, doesn't matter if anybody else feels similar vibes. Anyways, that book for me was Twilight. I haven't reread it in a really long time, and this feels like one I might want to read. I also really want to collect nice copies of Twilight. These I got at, where did I get these? I think that one might be from Half Priced. And I have a couple of hardcovers, and then I have a couple of, I think 2 of these paperbacks. And I think what I want to do is unhaul all of them as soon as I find a set that I really like, but I want them to match, and I kind of want them to be hardback. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. But anyway, the prompt was to read a book you unapologetically enjoy. Actually, we have time. I may as well tell you the other prompts. Let's see. So I made myself a little pile of books to pull from, and these are all of them that I was thinking about. You can see, like, this is a really bad picture. Maybe I should just put a picture up. But you can see, like, The Fury is in there on the bottom. There's a couple suspense things going on in there. Anyway, there were some prompts from the book thing, and so my polls were, oh, I didn't take pictures of them, I wrote them down. That's why I'm confused. My picks were, what were my picks? This is so funny. I swear I wrote them down, unless I didn't. Oh, I remember. It's because it's a sheet. They have like a little log that they're using. That's why I am, again, confused. So I pulled all on the 1st, which is 3 days ago. I pulled 5 of Cups, which is read a book that deals with themes of loss, grief, or disappointment. 4 of Swords, which is read a book you unapologetically enjoy. That's Twilight for me, and I should write that down. Twilight. I don't remember which book is my favorite anymore. I only remember which movies are my favorite. So, but I feel like Twilight, the first book, is my favorite, probably because I really like the beginnings of a little romance. Okay, and then 8 of Pentacles, read a book where a character learns a new skill or has art in it. And this one was this was a double pick. Like it was like a 2-card draw. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. So 9 of Swords, mental health representation. Queen of Pentacles, nurturing or caring character or explores motherhood. What book do I have that explores motherhood? There was one that Kat from Cat's Field Notes recommended maybe back in April that was related to motherhood that I kind of wanted to read along with Bibliophobia. I think Bibliophobia might be, oh no, because wait, 9 of Swords is mental health representation. So I could do Bibliophobia for that one because, okay. And then 5 of Pentacles, a book you don't think will be a 5-star but still want to read. That's The Love Haters. That's the one I'm reading that I was complaining about a minute ago. The Magician, read a story with magical elements. That's Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. And then The Hierophant, read a book of poetry or a novel written in verse. And I think I'm gonna read Ariel by Sylvia Plath for that one. Those are like the books there's like 3 of them that I actually wrote down, right? It's The Love Haters, Twilight, Bury Our Bones, Ariel, Bibliophobia, I think would be a very timely read for me. Ooh. How did I spell that so wrong? Bibliophobia. Yeah, I feel like 4 books. 1, 2, 3, 5 books. So Twilight, Bibliophobia, The Love Haters, Bury Our Bones, and Ariel. So I just try to finish 5 books this month, and then I have 2 more books outside of this that I'm reading for another vlog. And so, ooh, I kind of feel like I should make 2 vlogs. I should make a Bury Our Bones vlog, and I should make a, what is this thing called that I'm trying to do, the tarot blah 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 vlog. But I kind of think it would be fun if it all went together. Okay, VEschwab. I can't, let me read. I was just a couple pages in. Remember I just said that I was like 50 pages in? I was 60 pages in. I had forgotten. Page 62. Isabel looks lovely. Isabel looks lovely. She looks gentle, but above all, she looks like what she is, the illegitimate daughter of a count. That's why that man bought her those playing cards. That's crazy. That's crazy. The more I read this, the more I love Maria and hate her husband so much. He's such a douche. Like, he's awful. He is the most awful. There is one more thing I forgot to say, and I don't want to forget. The chapters are relatively short, and also the scenes are very, very short, like a page and a half each. And it makes you kind of just, when you do sit down to read, like I haven't actually been reading this for very long. I'm not keeping track, but I haven't been reading it for very long, and I do feel like I'm flying through it. And so I'll give you another update later, but I just wanted to say that the way this is written is a style that I'm like really, like these short pieces are I'm really enjoying. Make sure you stir it up. You have to stir. So I am kind of running around, and I have been, I don't know, just like really rushing through every part of my day today. I mean, kind of just, I don't know, I'm just like going from one thing to the next, and there's no reason that I should be doing that, because like it's not that serious. There's literally not that much to do, and I don't know why I'm doing that. And so I figured to help my brain like slow down a little bit, I would just give you guys an update on Bury Our Bones. So I'm 166 pages into it, and so I am at the part where, what's going on? I feel like the last time that I gave any update was the last time I gave a pretty significant update. Maria was, I believe, still Maria, and I was trying to figure out how I felt about Alice and just what's going on there. And as time has progressed, I'm now getting more interested in Alice, because she has been turned into a vampire, and she's like discovered that she's turned into a vampire, and she doesn't want to say it or like give it a name, because she's like, oh, this is weird, but it's giving vampire. And I think that she is just trying to come to terms with whatever is going on, and she realizes that she's a vampire because she is in the middle of, like, she's gone to this party with her friends the previous night. She came home, she feels hungover, and like she is, you know, just kind of coming down from the night before, but she's just really bothered, and she knows that she needs to eat something, and so she's gonna go and like take care of that. However, the issue is that, you know, she's bothered by the outdoors, and we're realizing, and I think it's kind of parallel to realizing for Maria the same thing, that something about being outside in the daylight doesn't feel very good. And there is this there is this, like, I don't know, you just feel sick when you're in the sun, and you know, any amount of light apparently kind of does that. So that's interesting. And then she Alice eats this person who's trying to assault her, which, I mean, what do you say to that? Like, go off? Like, I don't think you say like, oh, poo poo, don't eat that person, you know, he's redeemable. I don't know. I also do think it's really interesting that these two people who we're spending most of our time following, so far at least where I'm at in the book, are actual man-eaters, and I think that that's just fantastic. And the men that they are like doing this to are the ones who, you know, are not being the best people in the world to them. And I don't know, I just, there's something about that feels, well, not toxic, maybe not right, but not wrong. And so me personally, I'm not mad at it. I think that now I'm getting more and more, like I said, more and more interested in Alice, and I want to see how she comes to term with these things. And I also want I want to see Lottie again and see what's going on there. But yeah. Okay. Okay, so I wanted to go ahead and wrap up this little vlog situation. Okay, it's been days and days and days, but as I mentioned, life has just been a little bit weird lately, and so I am kind of just doing what I can, trying to pivot, and also trying to read books. So I don't know, but just to wrap everything up, this is Bare Bones in the Midnight Soil. I really enjoyed this book. I think that my favorite thing was that in the beginning, I don't know, in the beginning, I really didn't know how to feel about anybody else except for Maria. I loved Maria. I thought she was the coolest thing ever, if not a little strange. But I liked that, and I also liked the motif of hunger just being super present throughout the book. And I liked that before she became a vampire, she had this hunger about her, and it made it so that when later on she kind of, she changed and all of that, the hunger kind of made sense. I don't know if you guys think about this kind of stuff, but in like vampire lore, there's this idea that, and maybe this is like a Vampire Diaries thing, but I think it's also like a Twilight thing as well. And I don't know that I've read enough vampire books to say that it's like a thing continuously, but what I will say is that there's this idea that whatever you are in your human nature, whatever that is, comes out full force once you're a vampire, because all of your senses are heightened. And so, if you're thinking about like Bella from Twilight, she was unreadable to a lot of people and who were vampires, and then when she became a vampire, you learn that she was unreadable because she was a shield. And then like in Twilight, just multiple different characters who have either like incredible levels of like neuroses or are super controlling. Like those are the traits that manifest for them when they change into vampires. And like the same thing goes for like your feelings and stuff like that. Like your feelings are heightened and all of that. And all this is to say, I just like how that is something that showed up in Bare Bones in the Midnight Soil. It was just something that I really appreciated. Something that I also really appreciated was that there was so much that was unexpected for me. And one thing I did not expect was to like Alice as much as I ended up liking her. I just thought she was so cool and interesting. I found it a little, not unbelievable, but a little like just interesting that she would feel the need or like feel like she was able to go and kill a, the lights just flickered. What? Oh, my dog. My dog is leaning on my light thing. Like my lamp clicks and it like clicks on the floor to like turn it on and off. And the one piece always ends up wedged underneath his bed. And so whenever he rolls over, it just turns on and off. And it's like a little ghost haunting us. But yeah, so I really enjoyed that. Sorry, the light was just so weird. I really enjoyed that a lot of unexpected things happened. There's something that like left me wanting more, was that I kind of wish that Lottie and Alice kind of became a thing. I understand that Alice just was not interested, but I still kind of wish that they found their way back to each other in a more holistic way, not just, as a means for an end. And so that was kind of hard. I liked Ezra a lot, even though he wasn't a huge part of the book. I really liked him. I really liked his energy. I liked that he was timeless in his own way. And I talked about how I enjoyed Lottie. The interesting. There were other things I enjoyed. Like I liked how they talk about relationships. I like how VESchwab talks about relationships and how she like in the beginning, you see Sabine's kind of like man-eater vibe as a plus, like as a benefit, because it helps her to protect and to take care of herself and to set herself up for a life that she wanted and not one that was sort of imposed on her. And I think that that was really cool. And it's something that she kind of imposed on Lottie when she turned her, having her feed from the guy, I can't remember his name, that had asked her to marry him. And I don't know, that just felt like an imposition. And it almost was like Maria was trying to make everybody else's, or make her story everybody else's story. Because I don't know that, like, Lottie obviously wasn't attracted to him, but I don't know that Lottie felt this impending thing. I guess, like, to a certain degree she did, because she went to Sabine, but Maria becomes Sabine, but like I know that she felt a certain level of trepidation over potentially having to get married, but not enough trepidation to where she felt like the man was going to do her any harm. And so she did have a hard time being that way, whereas Maria / Sabine obviously had no issue doing any of that, which was kind of like hard to watch in some places. And Lottie also has that same level of kind of trepidation. She doesn't want necessarily to hurt bad people, good people. And there's just like an ethical, kind of merciful thing that's going on there that I really just enjoyed. It added some layers to Alice, which I needed for her to have, because I told you guys in the beginning I just didn't know how I felt about her initially, and it's just because I felt like she was a bit flat for a character, but that's only because we hadn't had the time to really get to know her yet. And once I got to know her, I felt like I don't know, I just felt like really connected to her. I wanted to root for her. I wanted her best. I was more invested in her than anybody else, which I imagine was the point, because although we're traveling through these different generations and we're dealing with different timelines and all of that, the culmination was with what Alice's choices were in deciding to free herself from Sabine. And I really liked that. I really liked that. Sabine was crazy and she needed to go. It's funny because I was sort of buddy reading this with my sister, and she was like ahead of me because life was happening. And she was like, how are you doing? How are you liking it? And I was like, I really like it. I'm like 100-ish pages in. It's like so fun. I still really like Maria / Sabine. She's cool. She's a little crazy, but it's fine. And my sister was like, she kills everybody. And I'm like, oh, shit. Shoot. And then I kind of just like tucked and rolled and moved on. But I don't know, I like a complicated character, so for me, I had no issues with this whatsoever. I am so excited to try and read more VEschwab in the nearest future. I'm trying to work on my own TBR and my own, like my physical TBR that I have here at home, plus some library books before I get into that. But I'm really, really excited to pick up more VEschwab. I feel like I have another new, almost favorite author, potentially, in the fantasy space, which is really nice. So that was that.